And welcome to Backstory with Dr. B. It's me again. I've been out of commission for a little while because I just bought a COVID project. My wife got a COVID project of chickens, and we have lovely fresh eggs. Have they escaped? Jesus Christ, they're always escaping. Anyway, so I got this lovely 1987 W124 Mercedes 300 diesel, and I noticed that nobody has really done a video that I could find on how to change out the rear weather stripping. There's a couple of other issues with the car, but I wanted to show you where I've got with the weather stripping for the next guy to come around the pike to do it. There's an inside trunk panel. This guy here, you pop up the lid, you can get to the trunk latch mechanism here. But I thought that this was in the way of removing the trunk weather strip. I have a lot of leakage down here. When I pulled out the rear tire, it had about a ½ inch of water, just standing water in the bottom of the trunk. You can see the rust. I don't care if this thing's structurally intact or not, but I'm going to seal this shit all up and replace the plug here. Got a little rubber plug. So I thought, well, let me take the weather strip off. It was on so tight, I couldn't possibly remove it. So I thought I'd better get rid of this inside trim piece that goes on the inside of the trunk. It does not come off easily, and it is not friendly in doing so. You have to unclip the bottom little tabs, which is pretty standard for Mercedes. But this part here is really interesting. They have these really, really firm lips that go over this part of the actual body right here. So what happens, you're down here like this, it's blocking the trunk weather strip to a certain extent. You have to pry it from the bottom down here and then push it forward in order to get these to unlatch from this metal lip right here. And in doing so, I cracked the shit out of it. So, what are you gonna do? I probably didn't need to get it off, but it looked like it was in the way, especially this piece right here. So today, me and my lovely assistant Lisa, my beautiful wife, discovered that, in fact, the weather strip was glued on my C240 2003. It was just pressed on, but on this guy, it was definitely glued on. Come on over and let me show you how messed up it was. So this is the glue. It actually took some of the paint off right here. And you can see if you look up at the top, this is probably where the leak is occurring because this is very deformed and not doing well. Now you notice these holes here? This is the trim piece at the back of the window, or the back of the glass, the rear glass. I had to pull this off. It was like this. I thought, well, it looks like it's kind of in the way. I better take it off in order to do it. And several of the clips have come unriveted. They were riveted on originally, but these guys just broke. And if you'll look over here, they're just sliding around willy-nilly. So I can stick them back on. I really haven't decided what to do with this. I might want to put new rivets in and make them fixed so it lays flat. I might want to get a new one of these because the rubber's kind of tired. I really don't know. I haven't decided what to do. But Lisa and I did just discover that the weather stripping, which I have a new piece in there, is actually glued in. So I'm going to need to remove it, scrape it, clean it real good, and get some adhesive before I put in the new one. So in the meantime, I just wanted to show you its start and see how bad it smokes. I've done an oil change. It needed one really badly. But the little baby does start up pretty good. At least it did last time I checked. So you'll want to look at the tailpipe. For the first half a minute of it running, it's a hot mess. Waiting for the glow plugs. Here we go. once it gets going, the smoke dies away pretty quickly, which I hear is a good sign. I don't know if that's a good sign of starting prowess or whatever, but it started in 25-degree weather the other day, so I can't complain too much. The smoking levels are pretty much what's expected. You can hear the hard knock. I've discussed this with a couple of other Mercedes owners, and they seem to think it's the first fuel injector kind of knocking really hard. I don't know. It's a little quieter. Do you think it's a little quieter than when I first got it?
A bit.
The oil change. So I'll do another oil change or two because the oil was nasty. It had pretty good service records for the first 120,000 miles. Oil changes every 3,000 to 5,000 miles, which is perfect. I got 150-something thousand miles on it now. I'm thinking it sounds like a pretty solid motor. I used the mechanic stethoscope. I couldn't find any rod knock or bearing knock coming out of the camshaft. So I'm kind of, or lifter. It might be a lifter, but I'm pretty sure it's the first fuel injector. So it starts right up, it gives me smoke, and then it calms down. I'm pretty happy. So I'm going to try and get it to daily driver status. I got to stop this rust here. That's my first goal. Second goal, my parts didn't come in for redoing the fuel system because I'm going to do O-rings on the fuel measuring thing, and I'm going to check the screen on the fuel lines. In the fuel tank, to make sure the fuel tank's not nasty. And then I'm going to do a diesel purge. I'm not going to do it until I make sure the tank is okay. And I'm not sure if I've got a 70 or a 90 liter tank. I'm hoping I've got a 90 liter. I think I've got a 70 liter. And I almost hope the tank is rotten so I can get a 90 liter tank and have like 500-mile range with this thing. Anyway, that's kind of where we're at with it right now. There's lots of little odds and ends that need to be done. But purring already, and the cloud of smoke has only killed a few birds. What can I say? It's a green car.